up guys, and welcome back to Project Z Garage. My name is Ansar, and today we're taking a break from the A4 and we are working on the Audi Q3. We just got in a new package on a product that I want to try out, which is a fluid extractor. This is the new rage right now, which is supposed to cut your oil swap time, oil change time in half, because you no longer have to jack the car up. And the one I got here is from EWK. This is the 15-liter pneumatic slash manual one that they offer. So we did what most people say to do, which is we warmed the car up. The car is still warm from driving it. We gave it about 15-20 minutes to cool down. Let's see what comes in the box. Oh, it's pretty big. So here's the unit. It comes pretty much already.
We're gonna have to change this.
Well, let's check it out and see if it fits for us.
Because this is the shorter version. We have a longer version.
Okay. Well, we'll take a look at that. So, pretty pre-attached. Everything's pre-assembled. We're gonna give you a bunch of hoses to use.
Yeah, they got different sizes here to see which one could fit down your pipe.
Yeah. And then they also have the part that's supposed to squeeze onto that. I think we just turned that, and this piece here probably, I believe, is supposed to go in here. And that's where it's probably gonna get the suction. Not only for oil, you can use this for coolant. They also said it's possible to use it to bleed your brakes, which I see, because that's the brake bleeder hose attachment. So I think we need to use this one, and one of the longer ones. So let's open the hood here. Let's turn the light on so we can get a better view. There we go. Now this is a 2015 Audi Q3. It has the 2.0 liter turbo motor, TFSI, that you guys all know. They're coming in newer Audis now. Let's see, where should we start? Let's take off the cover. Make sure we can open this. Yeah, so we get some air in there. Now the way this works is that you're gonna put it down the dipstick tube.
Oh, there's a manual.
Yes, I'm pretty sure there's a manual, Al. We're gonna have to read that first.
No, I mean you could pump
yeah,
it manually.
you could do both.
Oh.
You can either hook it to the air compressor
or pump it.
Or pump it. But I think the pumping takes a lot longer, so
of course.
I want to try and see if the pneumatic part works. Or we could try the manual way and see how that works first, if you think that's easier.
No, let's put it on damn air compressor.
All right, so on these Q3s, the oil filter's on top, which makes this all, you know, the reason why you would get the fluid extractor is because you don't have to jack the car up. Older cars, the oil filter is at the bottom, and in those cases you would have to jack the car up anyway to get the oil filter off, and you know, at that point you might as well just drain the oil from the bottom. The other reason some people don't like this is that they feel that not all the oil drains out. I've seen a lot of people put out that the amount of oil that's left in the sump is really negligible, so it makes sense if you do oil changes on a regular. This might make your life a little easier. The A4 has the oil filter at the bottom, and I kind of like draining it out there because I have the magnetic plug in case anything's in it. This car is mostly stock. I doubt it's too much issues with this, so we're gonna try it out, see how well it works, and we'll go from there. All right guys, so we have the setup, I think, configured correctly. We got the air compressor onto our valve. This one, it comes with a connection here, but it doesn't fit the female part that we have for our air compressor, so we had to switch it out one of the other tools that we had. This is the valve that's gonna let the pressure in and out to cause the suction. We've got the long hose on here right now. It's 2 pieces where we connected, and we're gonna try it out. Move this over here closer to the car. the side here, it shows you the amounts inside. I mean, this should easily take, I think, 8 quarts or something like that. They said that there was a safety valve on here that I don't see, but I'll take a look at that later. Now we're gonna put it into the dipstick hole here and make sure it goes all the way to the bottom. And you got to keep pushing it down until you feel it hits the bottom. I think that's good. Also, I opened up the oil cap, and I also loosened the oil filter so we get some air in the system. This way it'll help, you know, allow for a good suction coming out of the motor. So let's see if this thing works. We're gonna flip the switch there. Oh, and there we go. Check it out. That's cool. Wow. It's filling up. Not bad. Awesome. Alright, we'll come back to you once we get most of the oil out of the motor. Alright guys, that was super quick. What did that take, Al? Like 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Maybe 5 minutes, and it sucked most of the oil out of there. It's labeled on the side, but it's hard to read, so I ended up putting a little marker on it. So that's about 4 liters. I marked 4 and 8 because the Mercedes takes 8. This way it's easier to see without like staring at it. So it just hit just about a little over 4 liters, which, what was that?
About 4.2 quarts.
Okay, so it's about 4.2 quarts that came out. I don't know if it helped any. I just took a jack and jacked up the side a little so that the oil would run to the dipstick side. So we got a little bit more oil out that way. So that's an idea to do. We saved a bunch of time not taking the undercover off and all that. So we're gonna change the oil filter now, put oil in it, and I would say my initial review of this is that it works pretty good. It worked great, actually. It was super fast. None of us are dirty, and Al did do something which actually cleans the tube because the oil does stay in here. He kept the suction on and sprayed a little WD-40 in it, and it literally cleared out the whole hose, and the hose is clean again. This way you're not dripping oil all over the place. So I think we're done. This was a super fast review. It worked perfectly so far on the first try. We got a bunch of other oil changes to do, so I'll probably do a follow-up once we do a couple more oil changes with it. Box says that the air compressor should be between 40 and 170 psi. I guess that would depend on how big your air compressor is. So if your air compressor does over 40 psi, you should be fine to use this. Anything less than that, it might not have enough suction to get the oil out. But with this model, you can also do it. You can also hand pump it, and you don't need the air compressor to use it. So you have 2 options if you needed to do something, either someplace that doesn't have air compressor. You can manually pump it. I believe you want to pump it 8 or 9 times, and then you might have to keep pumping it a couple of times as it's drawing. I have to say right now, super easy. It was already all configured out of the box. The only thing we had to do was change the end here, the male part that connects here, because it doesn't work with my air compressor. I just grabbed it off one of my other air tools, and it worked really great. All right guys, also if you wanted to see a full oil change on this Audi Q3, I'll link it up above, so you can check out how to do an oil change on an Audi Q3. But right now my review is pretty positive for this unit, and I think it's a quick way of doing it, especially if you do a lot of oil changes. Because with my cars in general, I don't go with the manufacturer's specifications. I usually do it halfway. So if it's, you know, 6,000 miles, we usually do it at 3,000 miles, and I'd rather put new oil in the car on a regular than to have it stay in there and, you know, build up. So I think that's the end of this video, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to leave a comment below. Please click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this, and keep renting.